The story begins by showing a group of mobsters about to make an illegal arms deal. However, when the transaction was about to begin, they were suddenly surrounded by the police, and there was a shootout. In the middle of the shootout, two members of the Mafia managed to escape while carrying a laptop containing a balance of millions of dollars to buy illegal weapons. On the way, one of the Mafia members, Sean, suddenly sent a message to the FBI, telling them that he was heading to a motel down the road. Apparently, Sean was an undercover member of the FBI. Hearing this, the FBI team immediately rushed to the motel in question to arrest Sean's partner. In short, Sean and his friend, Laxo, had arrived at the motel down the road. Not long after, Laxo was contacted by a man named Marco, the right-hand man of the Mafia boss. Marco ordered Laxo to finish Sean off, then immediately took his laptop. Apparently, Marco already knew that Sean was an undercover FBI agent. Quickly, Laxo killed Sean and took his laptop.
Piece of shit.
Relax.
However, when Laxo was about to leave, the FBI team was waiting there, and another shootout ensued.
Go! Go! Get him! He's getting away!
Get down!
Unfortunately, Laxo escaped while carrying a laptop containing millions of dollars.
Angela, do you have eyes on Sean?
After that, one of the FBI agents informed the head of the FBI, Sebastian, that Sean had been killed by Laxo. Hearing the news, Sebastian could only be silent because this was the first time his mission had failed. The scene switches to a Mafia boss named Ravello, who was being contacted by his right-hand man, Marco. Here, Marco apologizes that their illegal arms deal has failed. The failure was caused by Sean, who turned out to be an FBI agent. However, Ravello needs not to worry, as Marco has secured a laptop containing millions of dollars and has eliminated Sean. Not only that, Marco had also arrested Laxo, the man who had recruited Sean into their group. Hearing this, Ravello became angry. He asked Marco not to release Laxo, as he would be there soon. A few moments later, Ravello arrived at Marco's place. Without further ado, he immediately tortured Laxo for recruiting Sean, who turned out to be an FBI agent. Laxo begged for mercy and swore he didn't know Sean was an FBI agent. However, Ravello didn't care and immediately finished Laxo off.
An FBI agent! Sick of this shit!
Huh? Look at that.
After that, Ravello ordered Marco to continue the illegal arms purchase transaction tomorrow night. He has also sent one of his aides to accompany Marco during the transaction. The next day, Sebastian, the head of the FBI, attends his niece Christina's birthday party. There, Sebastian immediately wished Christina a happy birthday and prayed for her. Then, Sebastian is welcomed by Christina's father, who is also his biological brother, named Alex. Furthermore, Alex gave Christina a special gift, which was a luxury car. Christina looked very happy because she had not expected such a luxurious gift from her father. After the birthday party, Alex and Sebastian chatted while relaxing in the yard. Sebastian confided in Alex about his failed mission, which even cost the life of one of his men, Sean. Sebastian felt very vengeful towards the Mafia group. He vowed to continue hunting them down until he managed to catch his boss. Alex can only give support and ask Sebastian to always be careful because dealing with the Mafia is dangerous.
Get you another beer. Yeah, thanks.
The next day, Sebastian meets with his team at the FBI office. One of his men gets information from an informant that tonight, the Ravello Mafia group will continue the previously failed illegal arms purchase transaction. The transaction is located in a container storage area. Hearing this, Sebastian immediately ordered his team to prepare because they would raid the Ravello Mafia group again that night. At night, Sebastian and his team were already at the crime scene, ready to carry out the raid. Soon after, Marco and Ravello's aide, the Mafia boss, are seen making a transaction. However, suddenly Sebastian and his team attacked Marco. Amid the battle, Marco managed to escape. Sebastian saw Ravello's aide, who was about to flee, carrying a laptop containing Ravello's $1 million balance. Quickly, Sebastian chased him and managed to corner Ravello's aide.
I said get down on the ground!
Suddenly, Sebastian was shocked to see Ravello's aide, who turned out to be Alex, his own younger brother. Sebastian could only remain silent and let Alex go. A few moments later, Sebastian went to Alex's house. Without further ado, he immediately threw a fist at Alex for working for Ravello. Fortunately, Alex managed to calm Sebastian down and explain everything. Alex admitted that he had worked for Ravello for a long time, but it was just an act. He was actually just after Ravello's laptop containing $1 million balance. Now he's got the laptop and the entire balance has been transferred to the hard drive. Alex promised to divide the money in half with Sebastian as long as Sebastian kept his mouth shut and did not escalate the case. Sebastian didn't give any answer and left.
I'm done with you.
A few hours later, Marco, Ravello's right-hand man, arrived at the headquarters and reported everything that had just happened. Ravello immediately checks the CCTV footage at the scene and is shocked to see that Sebastian let Alex walk away. Plus, Alex had taken away a laptop containing his $1 million balance. This made Ravello's anger even more burning. Ravello realizes that Alex is a traitor. Without hesitation, he ordered Marco to immediately mobilize troops and arrest Alex. Meanwhile, Alex was already home and asked his wife to pack immediately. He said that tonight they had to leave. His wife asked what was going on and why Alex seemed to be in such a hurry. However, Alex replied that he would explain everything later because there was no time now. Later, Alex asked where their daughter, Christina, was as she also had to leave. His wife replied that Christina was out with a friend but didn't know where. Alex asked his wife to call Christina immediately and ask for her location. However, since her mobile number was inactive, Alex left immediately and looked for Christina at her friend's house. About 20 minutes after Alex and his wife left, a car arrived in front of their house. Apparently, it was Marco and one of his men. Without wasting any time, Marco and his men entered the house to arrest Alex and take back the hard drive containing Ravello's balance. While inside the house, Christina arrived, escorted by her friend. She entered the house and activated her mobile phone. At the same time, her mum called her and asked where she was. Christina replied that she had just arrived home. Suddenly, a noise was heard. Instantly, Alex realized that Christina must have been kidnapped by Ravello's men. Moments later, Alex received a call from Ravello. Ravello warned Alex that he couldn't play around anymore because Christina was now in his hands. Ravello gave Alex 72 hours or 3 days to exchange the hard drive with his daughter. If Alex dares to lie or try to trap him again, Christina certainly will not survive.
Who the fuck is this? Alex!
You have 72 hours to bring me the hard drive.
Fuck!
After that, Alex and his wife went to Sebastian's house, his biological brother and an FBI chief. Alex begged Sebastian to help save Christina, who had been kidnapped by Ravello. Actually, Sebastian no longer wanted to deal with Alex because he had previously felt betrayed.
Connected. I know. He's dangerous.
No.
However, to save his niece, he finally agrees to help on one condition: Alex must no longer be involved with any mafia. Sebastian's first move was to secure Alex's wife, as she was likely to be kidnapped again by Ravello's men. When it was morning, Sebastian took Alex's wife to hide in his safe house. Before parting, the wife pleaded with Alex that he could bring Christina back safely.
I thought I was providing for my family.
Later, Sebastian took Alex away to meet his former secret agent, Tessa. To Tessa, Sebastian asks for help as they face a personal problem with Ravello, the mafia boss. Tessa, who considers Sebastian her brother, is happy to help him. It is revealed that Sebastian deliberately did not ask for help from his team at the FBI to be free to do anything to Ravello. If Sebastian had used his team's services at the FBI, there would have been a lot of rules, and evidence such as hard drives would have to be handed over to FBI officials later. Later that evening, the scene switches to a former Special Forces officer named Vincent hanging out at a cafe. Shortly after, two robbers arrived and immediately pointed a gun at the cafe cashier, asking her to hand over all the money. Seeing this, Vincent immediately approached the robbers and asked them to leave. However, the robber actually pointed a gun at Vincent.
It's not the first time I had a gun pointed in my face, guys. Get the fuck out of here!
After successfully making the two robbers leave, Vincent is suddenly approached by Sebastian and Alex. Apparently, Vincent is Sebastian's old friend. In the past, they often worked together when Vincent was still a Special Forces officer. Here, Sebastian explains that he needs Vincent's help to hunt down Ravello, the Mafia boss. Ravello has kidnapped Christina, Sebastian's niece, because previously Alex had taken a hard drive containing Ravello's $1 million balance. Sebastian plans to eliminate Ravello and save Christina without giving up the hard drive. If this mission succeeds, Sebastian promises to divide all of Ravello's balances equally on the hard drive. Finally, Vincent accepted Sebastian's offer.
All right.
On the other hand, we see Ravello, the Mafia boss, ordering his right-hand man, Marco, to send the exchange location between the hard drive and Christina to Alex. The exchange will take place the day after tomorrow. However, Ravello also asks Marco to kill Alex and Christina if they get the hard drive back. Marco did not agree to kill Christina because the girl did not know anything. However, Ravello insisted that he was the boss here, so Marco had to obey all his orders. The next day, Sebastian went to his colleague at the FBI. He asked the colleague to inform the FBI officials that he was applying for a 3-day leave. The colleague asked why Sebastian was taking leave and whether he was having problems. However, Sebastian argued that he was fine and wanted to take a holiday.
Don't worry about work. I'll cover for you.
Meanwhile, Sebastian and Alex met with Vincent and Tessa. Later, Sebastian buys weapons from an old friend. Because they will face Ravello's army, they need complete equipment. After all the weapons are ready, Sebastian asks Vincent and Tessa to gather again tonight to strategize because Marco has sent the meeting location. Later that evening, Sebastian, Alex, Tessa, and Vincent gather. There, they discuss the strategy that will be carried out during the exchange tomorrow afternoon. Sebastian assigns Vincent to remove Ravello's troops from close range, while Tessa will be the sniper from a distance. Sebastian himself will accompany Alex to the meeting with Ravello. Once the signal is given, they will attack immediately. After everyone understood, Alex contacted Ravello and said he was ready to make the exchange. The next day, exactly 72 hours from the time Ravello gave, Sebastian and his team had arrived at the exchange location, which was in an empty factory. Sebastian asked Vincent and Tessa to carry out their respective tasks, while he and Alex will go inside to make the exchange. Meanwhile, Marco entrusts Christina to Ravello's girlfriend and not to let her escape. The girlfriend had refused because she was not Ravello's man but his girlfriend. Ravello, who heard that his girlfriend was unruly, then used violence to obey his orders.
I fucking found you!
So you gotta do what I say when I say it.
Before meeting with Alex, Ravello ordered Marco to immediately mobilize all his men to finish Alex and Christina if they got the hard drive. Marco deliberately hid his men to make Alex believe the place was completely empty. However, Sebastian had anticipated this. He and Vincent had already strategized to eliminate Marco's men before they made their move. Long story short, Sebastian and Alex finally meet up with Ravello and Marco. Ravello looks surprised when he sees Alex coming with Sebastian, the FBI chief. Sebastian asks Ravello to stay calm because his arrival is not as an FBI but to escort his younger brother, Alex. He also lied by saying he would not arrest or interfere with Ravello's business as long as this exchange went smoothly. In the end, Ravello believed him. However, he asked for the hard drive to be handed over first. Alex refused, as in their agreement, the exchange had to be simultaneous, the hard drive being swapped with Christina simultaneously. At the same time, Tessa is already on top and ready to shoot Ravello and Marco. Meanwhile, Vincent was inside the factory, was spotted by Marco's men, and a fierce shootout ensued. When Marco was killed, Ravello became furious and immediately mobilized all his troops to finish off Alex and Sebastian, who ran into the factory. Meanwhile, Ravello himself went straight to his girlfriend to take Christina away. On the other hand, Vincent and Tessa managed to slaughter all of Ravello's troops, who were about to attack Alex and Sebastian. Now only Ravello and his girlfriend are left. They immediately head to the car to take Christina away. However, from a distance, Vincent managed to blow up the car so that Ravello and his girlfriend could not go anywhere. In the end, Sebastian and his team surrounded Ravello and his girlfriend. Under pressure, Ravello pointed a gun at Christina and threatened to kill her if everyone didn't throw away their weapons. Alex, not wanting his daughter to be killed, begged Sebastian and Vincent to throw away their weapons. In fact, Alex also handed over the hard drive to Ravello's girlfriend as long as Christina was let go. However, Ravello was still unwilling to let Christina go and instead tried to take her away. Ravello's girlfriend, who was angry at Ravello's behavior, finally pointed a gun at Ravello, resulting in a heated argument. At the same time, Christina managed to rebel and escape. In the end, Ravello was killed, and Alex saves Christina safely. Not only that, Ravello's girlfriend also returned the hard drive containing millions of dollars in balances as long as she was released. Alex agreed and planned to cash out all the balances to be divided equally. In the afternoon, Christina returned home and immediately hugged her mother. They were all pleased. Now, Alex invites his family to travel the world because he has a lot of money.